William Shatner took a day trip to space yesterday. Amazingly, there he is, making him the oldest man to ever leave the Earth. The Star Trek actor went onto an all-expenses-paid trip on Blue Shepard, one of billionaire Jeff Bezos' civilian flights. But he returned to Earth. There he goes, look at that. This is amazing, actually. I know you say it's not far, Storm, because it's the same as Glasgow to Perth, but it's upwards. That's the thing. But as he came back down, Prince William said that the super rich should stop making these getaways and they should focus on the climate crisis instead. He was speaking to the BBC. The Duke of Cambridge said we need some of the world's greatest brains and minds fixed on trying to repair this planet, not trying to find the next place to go and live. My goodness, shade thrown, Angela.
There is. I mean, I think there's a difficulty in Prince William doing this because he comes from a position of supreme entitlement. And although he does massive good, and I'm a big monarchist, big fan of Wills and Kate, you could call him out all the time. Well, why does your wife have to wear a £3,000 dress for a premiere? She's beautiful and she's elegant. She could shot where me and Storm go and she'd look just as good. Well, not as good as Storm, obviously. But in all seriousness, so that I think there's a difficulty with what William's saying. I also feel that William Shatner, moving as it was when he was moved to tears when he got off that flight. I'd just be thinking, thank God I made it back down. I feel he's been commoditised a bit because obviously he's really been the funnel through which the story has been told. Because one moment you've got Jeff Bezos and it's a plaything of the rich. But William Shatner, who's never obviously really been into space before, although for 50 years we thought he had, has, I
don't know whether Jeff Bezos didn't know he was just an actor. Because when he saw William Shatner, and I've seen the clip of him coming off the spaceship, and he was like the most excited kid. Yeah. And that is not a cool thing to do for Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk should have said, this is just everything I do every day.
You're right. Have a look at that clip by William Shatner. Have a look.
What you have given me is the most profound experience I can imagine. I'm so filled with emotion about what just happened. It's extraordinary.
Captain Kirk's streak has gone down, I'm sorry.
Star Trek is blown
I keep thinking of that line from Rocket Man when he says, and all this science I don't understand, it's just my job 5 days a week. The Elton John song. And that kind of, to me, that sort of, it's almost like a jobbing thing that, well, the rocket goes up, it comes down, but William Shatner puts a whole emotional layer on it.
It does, and he is 90, he's over 90, isn't he? Is he 90?
I think he's 90.
90 and a half, yeah.
Yeah, but even talking about whether it's right for them to be doing it, it's a little bit like the argument against footballers not earning £250,000 a week because the nurses are earning £20,000. If they didn't spend their money on that, they wouldn't spend it on anything else. And in fact, £250,000 is a drop in the ocean for the money they have. So maybe, yes, I don't mind them doing that. Yes, they should be spending more money on the environment or whatever, but I don't think, if you want to do that with your own money, you should be criticised.
But isn't it offensive to leave the Earth disappearing in your rearview mirror and just belch 1 million tons of diesel at the rest of us as you go? Isn't it
that was, to me, that was
Absolutely.
the intractable part of it all, because although some sort of climatologists and supporters have said, well, look, you can see just precisely how thin the ozone is because they've looked down from space, and William Shatner's had a bird's eye view of what we're doing to the planet. Like you say, meanwhile, through the exhaust pipe, all this stuff's been pumped out. There is a tremendous sense of entitlement. Yes, you are entitled to spend your money how you wish. I'm sure when you were a footballer, whatever your wages were, you spent it, you earned it, you spent it. Jeff Bezos has produced this enormous sort of machine, this behemoth, Amazon. But equally, there's so much he could have done with that money too.
Yeah, and also, I love William Shatner, but to say that's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. You've seen a baby being born. What's more amazing than that?
Yeah, and what about the Trojans on
space
Star
has got
Trek?
nothing in it. I mean,
but of course,
nothing there.
You don't miss
Prince
much,
William
do you?
flies around in a private jet, I should imagine.
Well, he's taken the odd EasyJet, I think, but he does a bit. You're right. Maybe he's competing with Harry on all the climate stuff.